All right, good afternoon. Welcome to Living in the Tennessee Bottoms. This afternoon we're going to be doing something a little different. I got a client that needs a floor stripped and waxed, and you can see what we got our equipment laid out. There is our trusty buffer. There is our scrubber we're going to be using. We have a couple things over here called doodle bugs. I'm going to hold them up for you. There we go, right there. It's a pad on a stick. It's got this right here. We're able to get around. Let me turn you around here. We're able to get up close to the edge of everything using these right here. We also got our stripper already mixed up. We've got two 5-gallon buckets right here, two mop buckets. Each got 5 gallons of water in them. And we have 2 gallons each of Maximum Floor Stripper. It's a non-ammonia. It means it doesn't really smell strong. Most strippers should have a strong smell. You got to keep a fan going. It's rough on you. Next thing we're going to be doing is we've already moved a lot of stuff off the floors. You can see the floors, what's happened to it is they have put a high alkaline cleaner on it. It's melted the wax. You can see over here what it used to look like and what they've done here. This here did have all kinds of stuff sitting down through here. That all had to be picked up. When you go to do a stripping and waxing job, it's a lot of detailed work. See, we had to pick up all this stuff off the end cap, so we're going to have to move all these tables over here. So it's going to be a journey tonight. We just wanted to let you look at the floor beforehand, and then we'll give you a walkthrough again when we get done and show you the after product here. I'm going to show you up here close to the counter. This is where they came out of the kitchen right here with bleach. You can see the swirls where the mop went and everything. So we're going to go ahead and get our mop buckets out with our stripper. We're going to start applying it. And when you apply it, you don't just mop it down. You got to take and lift the mop up, get it saturated, let it go on the floor, let it wait about 5 minutes to activate on the floor. It needs to be in your mop buckets in the water for about 10 minutes to activate there. So y'all just stay with us this afternoon. Okay, first thing we're going to do is, you see I got an old wore out mop right here. That's all you need. I've used this on how many jobs. We're going to put it down in our stripper, which our stripper has been in our water here now. You roll your back so you can see. I told you, like you said, you just don't want to wring it out. I'm going to pick this up, and I'm just going to let it fall on the floor like it right there, because you want the floor good and saturated, because it has to activate. Once we get this on the floor and activated, we'll take a slow speed buffer to it. So y'all just stay with us.
There you go.
Okay, we're back here now with, we got our stripper down on the floor. We got our buffer with our dry pad, with our black grill pad on it. It's a real coarse pad. We're going to go ahead and start buffing and getting some of the wax broke loose. Because once you put your stripper down on the floor, like you can see behind me here, we got water, stripper on the floor. You have a certain amount of time, within about 10 to 15 minutes to get it up. Or it do, even though you think you got all the wax up, it will look good, it'll look clean, but some of it will stick back to the floor and you won't even see it. You won't see it until you put the wax down. When you put the wax down, next thing you know, it's going to kind of look like a leopard. It's going to have just brown, white spots everywhere. So you got to make sure once you put the stripper down, don't do the whole store. Just do sections of the store, get it up, and then once you get it up, you're going to scrub it up with a clean water solution. Go back behind it, use a clean mop, and get around the corners and everything. So y'all stay with us.
Regular? Regular or hyper?
You see the wax thing over there. Now behind it, it gets slit out. We're going to do this right here. And we're going to take the scrubber, get this up. We're going to straight across here. You got to make sure you cover every spot, because even if this machine doesn't go, that wax is still there. This wax is pretty thick because it's called top coating. I've came in several times to save the customer money and time and have put additional layers of wax on the top of this floor to make it look better. So it's going to make it a little harder to get up. Main thing you got to make sure of is being cautious all the time, because when this wax starts coming up, it's like pouring like oil on the floor. It gets real slick. The moment you think it's not slick is when you'll fall down. Trust me, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I have kissed the floor many a time. We have a personal relationship. So, that being said and everything, we're going to go ahead and get moving. You can see where it's here, where it's all coming up. You can see back there in the camera where everything is coming up. But if I don't get it up, it's going to stick pretty quick. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, you can see right here, we've just stripped this here, and he's going along with the scrubber, picking up all the excess fluid, the old stripper. You can see back here what we haven't been yet. And look over here where the shooter sitting. You can see all the old stripper there. You can see how black floor here is. And there's some brown spots right here. That's where there's still wax on the floor. As we go along, we'll be able to get all this right here up. I wanted to show you right in the very beginning process how good it's doing and everything. But remember, I don't know if you can see right here, I'm getting out here, it wasn't wet, but that's actually wax on the floor. Right there, right here, over here, and that will show through when you put your wax down. Y'all stay with us and everything, and as we get on down the line, we'll show you a little bit more. Okay, it's been several hours now. Matter of fact, we've been at it about 4 hours. It's been some good back-breaking work. It's just tedious. Takes a lot of scraping, a lot of mopping. We came down through and we put down our stripper. We stripped it up once. Had some places we had to strip twice. The young men, they came along. That's my grandsons there. I'm proud of them. We got a bunch of them I'm proud of. These two here came to work tonight with me to get me out of a bind, and I sure do appreciate it. They done a fine job too. What we got going on now, I'm going to turn you around. You can see our floors here. They are no longer black. With all these little streaks, we just walk around over here now. This is where some of the worst parts was right here. You can remember here, this was all black. All back through here. And all down through here. Ain't she pretty? Let me get you up here. All the way down through here. Let me turn you around here. I'm going to walk you through. So we had to scrape around all the walls, doodlebug. I still got a little bit of scraping to do in a few spots. Came all the way around. But this here is now been prepped to have wax put down on her. You can see down through there, we've scraped around everything. We had to move all these out of the way. We had to move everything down through here. So now what we're getting ready to do is put down our first layer of wax. The way that's done is, you want to do it really thin. You have to do it in layers. You come down through here, and we use a good wax. Let me turn it around here. Let me show you what we got here. It's a Maxim Ultra Shield 25%. You see right there? You got different grades of wax. They come in like 16%, 18%, I think 20, 21, I don't forgot. Main thing I use is 25%. That right there is a very, real stable wax. It's good and hard. When you put it down, what happens is a 16% wax, 18%, the lower the number, you get a higher shine. You put it down, you can buff it out, and it really shines real good. But for a convenience store like this, it's got all this high traffic coming through here, that soft stuff will never hold up. This right here is a hard wax. It dries quick also. It's a quick drying wax. A coat of this compared to an 18%, one coat of this is like almost the equivalent of 2 coats because of the polymer in it, the hardness in it and everything. So what we'll end up doing here, we'll put at least 4 coats of wax on this floor here. I'm gonna get set up here in a second. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it. You gotta wring your mop out really good. You wanna put it down paper thin. A lot of guys, when they first come into this field and wanna do it, they wanna take their mop and they just wanna saturate it in wax. It's like putting down polyurethane on furniture. You gotta do it one layer at a time, in a thin layer. You put this down, it takes the first coat a little longer to dry, but once it dries, the second coat goes down really smooth. The first coat always drags a little bit because see, there's nothing on the floor. This tile now is porous. The stripper has opened all the pores in this tile. And if you walk across it, I'm in my bare feet right now, my socks. You walk across this in your boots and you're gonna leave boot tracks, boot marks. So the best thing to do is go ahead and get in your sock feet, bring extra socks with you. I'm gonna go ahead and stop for a second and get my wax all set up, and then I'll show you the process, what we're gonna be doing here. Okay, well, I've got my wax poured in my bucket already. Don't pour a whole lot of wax in your bucket, because if you pour a lot of wax in your bucket on the first time around, there's a lot of loose stuff in this floor. Even though you've swept it, I done scrubbed this floor probably 10 times. But there's still gonna be small particles. So what happens, you're gonna pick it up, it's gonna be in your wax. So when you get done, a little bit of wax you got left in the bucket, you can get rid of it and pour fresh wax in, so the next coat, you won't be tracking anything in it. So that being said, I'm gonna show you, this here is a rayon mop head. You do not want a cotton mop head, it weighs a ton. This is a, I can't think of the name, but you can see how close the strings are together. They really put down a good layer of wax, because you get a mop that's really thin and you're gonna have streaks. The next thing is I always squeeze my mop out where I'm at. If you try to walk back and forth to your mop bucket, they call them fish mouths. You're gonna drip, it's gonna be dripping coming off your mop. And every time it drips, when you wax on the top of it, you're gonna see a little spot in the wax when it dries. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start right here, because right here is where I'm gonna go back out the door. So I'm gonna start right here coming across. And the first time I wax, I'm gonna wax this way. The next time I wax, I'm going to wax back this way. Therefore, you cover everything that you might have missed. All right, it's been a long day. It's a little bit after midnight. We got on the job today around somewhere between 4 and 4:30. But we got one more coat of wax to put down. This is going to be the equivalent probably of at least 5 coats or better. And this is what it looks like. This is not a wet floor. This is dry tile. Let me go ahead and get you turned around here so you can see the store. Took me a long time to learn. Been in this business for quite some time, and people want to see their wax, and they give you a brochure. And I never could get my floors quite as shiny as theirs. No matter what I done, it just did not work out. And finally one day I realized after several years of waxing, don't she look good? I believe our owner is going to be very happy. I'm happy because I maintain these stores myself. So when they look good, I look good. But it took me several years to find out that these people was taking pictures of their wax while it was still wet. This right here is dried wax. By the time I get the next coat down on, it will be looking good. It's looking good now. But I may aim to please all my customers. This customer here has been a long time customer for a long time. But you can see where the wax was melted. We got her all up over here by the door all the way around. So I just want to give you a final look. See, I am going to put down another coat, but I'm fixing to go home. You won't see the next coat. I'll probably come back tomorrow to check on the job. When I do, I'll take a picture of it during the daylight. And I'll maybe try to add it to this video. But we appreciate your support. Hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and it's time to get some sleep. One more coat of wax, and then I'm going home. Y'all have a blessed one.